Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope Logan will offer a glowing review of Daphne Rose and act like she's such a big get for Forrester creations. Steffy Forrester will slightly be suitable to contain her excitement about what Daphne has in store for Hope and Carter Walton. Nonetheless, Steffy will play it cool and maybe agree that Daphne's the kind of woman who can negotiate great effects. Still, also Daphne could ail Carter's love with Hope and help score power for the Forresters, if everything goes according to Steffy's plan. Daphne will partake some alone time with Carter and flirt with him behind Hope's back. Of course, there's the implicit for Hope to walk in and substantiation some of that flirting ultimately, but Carter may make it clear he's only got eyes for Hope. Still, Daphne will remain convinced that she's formally getting her hooks in Carter. Steffy will no doubt have further strategy sessions with Daphne and train her along the way. In the meantime, let's talk about Bill Spencer and the giant secret he's keeping. No bone. Differently knows Bill got Luna Nozawa out of captivity and arranged for her to serve the remainder of her judgment on house arrest. Luna is living at the Spencer manse, so Bill has been spending further time there with her rather than at the office. That news will trouble Liam Spencer, who'll show up at the mansion to caff Bill about what's really going on. Bill will lie that he's just taking some time for himself, but Liam may struggle to buy that. Although Bill will do his stylish to get relief of Liam, his endless guest will remain a problem. At the sanitarium, Poppy Nozawa will remain under fire over her once conduct, and Jack Finnegan will eventually get caught up in the drama as well. Lee Finnegan is induced that Jack cheated with Poppy and sired Luna, so she'll drive both of them to confess. Does Lee eventually have it right when it comes to her maternity proposition? Jack is clearly a biopater. Possibility, but there's room for one last twist if Poppy hooked up with counsel, progressed John Finnegan back also rather. Anyhow, Lee will back Poppy and Jack into a corner. It's possible Jack will eventually admit Luna is his son, but they could potentially make it so he's covering up the verity about Finn. Whatever the case, the maternity mess will continue and could lead to Bill's secret getting exposed. Someone may try to visit Luna with updates and figure out that she's no longer abiding at the jail. The longer Daphne is around, the more Hope should start to notice her growing interest in Carter. It could leave Hope with enterprises that she struggles to put out of her mind. Brooke Logan will face some struggles of her own now that Taylor Hayes has agreed to move in the Forrester manse with him. Will Brooke eventually give up on Ridge and just throw herself into work for a while? Still, perhaps that could give Brooke a chance to develop some reservations of her own about Daphne and her retired docket. If so, our prognostications allude that Daphne will face some hurdles along the way, so stay tuned to see if Brooke might be one of them. A popular character's return while another character puts their temptation plot into stir. Steffy's plan to take back Forrester Creations is working impeccably. Last week, Steffy was rehired after asking to return to the company. But she's not the only new addition to the FC platoon. Hope informs Steffy they're partnering with notorious perfumer Daphne Rose. Unbeknownst to Hope, Daphne is Steffy's abettor in getting FC back. Across the hall, Daphne meets with Carter to bandy their cooperation. She shows off more samples of her spices, and an impressed Carter praises her work. A flattered Daphne flirts with Carter, who's surprised by her jest. Daphne's temptation plot is in full swing, but will Carter be suitable to repel her spell? Bill has been hiding in his manse, keeping an eye on Luna. He worked hard to get her released from captivity, and she's his responsibility. Although she claims she's changed, Bill isn't taking any chances by letting her out of his sight. Still, his absence worries his family, and Liam checks on his pater. Luna intimately eavesdrops on their discussion as Liam expresses his enterprises, but Bill reassures him he's forfeiture. Away, at Lee's office, she confronts her family Poppy about Luna's maternity. After running a DNA test, Lee proved that Tom is Aunt Luna's father. But Lee now has a good hunch who the pater is. She believes Herrick's husband Jack slept with Poppy and confronts her with the verity. Effects get more heated when Jack arrives at Lee's office. Jack is confused as Lee hurls allegations at him and Poppy, and also she asks the big question, are you Luna's father? Brooke Logan is going to be single and ready to mingle soon. When Brooke Logan is on the prowl, nothing's man is safe. After her impending split from Ridge Forrester, will she cry on one of her partner's shoulders or someone new and unanticipated? Ted King verified that Jack Finnegan is on his way back to Los Angeles and will be stirring up trouble on Bold and the Beautiful. Jack Finnegan was firstly introduced as Lee Finnegan's hubby and the father of Dr. John Finnegan. But, word on the internet is that he's returning because he may also be the father of Poppy Nozawa's killer son Luna Nozawa. While Ted King is back in city dealing with his own family drama, B&B spoilers allude he and lonely Brooke Logan could cross paths. Cleaner suckers were induced that after her breakup with Ridge, Brooke would hook up with Bones. Of her spouses like Deacon Sharp or Dollar Bill Spencer. But, it would clearly be refreshing to see her kick it off with someone new for a change and add someone differently to her gyration. Interestingly, Jack Finnegan might not be such a good Joe. Scuttlebutt has it, he may have actually boggled Tom Starr and Hollis to keep his bio son a secret. Hey, if her fake pater is dead, also people will stop asking questions, right? Not only was Jack in city when Tom and Hollis failed, but he was actually at Il Giardino when the singing pizza boy dropped dead on stage. He always had the means to poison Tom Starr, but now he has the motive too. If Brooke isn't careful, she could fall in love with a periodical killer. Do you suppose Jack Finnegan is a bad Joe? Will he and Brooke Logan have good chemistry? The women of LA more lock up their misters, because agonized Brooke Logan is on the prowl. When Brooke is having one of her men-chasing occurrences, a ring has no way stopped her. Should Sheila Carter be bothered? When Ridge Forrester makes effects sanctioned with his other ex-wife Taylor Hayes, Brooke will need a shoulder to cry on. Word on the internet is that Brooke may also fall off the cart, which happens a lot when she and Ridge break up. Drunk Brooke on The Answer generally ends up in bed with Deacon Sharp. There's only one problem. This will be the first time Brooke has been single since Cleric and Sheila tied the knot. The Il Giardino proprietor is off the request. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Sheila Carter has been on her stylish jest since she and Deacon said "I do." In fact, it's been quite a while since we saw the other side of Sheila. She's on the road to redemption, but that could each change if Brooke starts poking around her hubby. Sheila Carter and Deacon Sharp haven't been tempted to cheat on each other. They aren't exactly hot goods in the Los Angeles dating pool. No Bone has been beating down the door trying to sleep with either of them. Cleric has been pious to his woman since day one, but will he be suitable to repel his former honey? Cleric and Brooke partake a child together, and they've a lot to bandy about Hope Logan these days. Brooke could use her issues with her son as a reason to spend further and further time with her baby daddy Cleric. Still, it's not going to be enough if Sheila catches on and thinks Brooke is trying to make a move on her man. Sheila has killed in the name of love in the history. Brooke should presumably sleep with one eye open. Do you suppose Sheila should be bothered about her hubby getting enticed by Brooke? How far will she go to shut Brooke down?